Hello and welcome back to Tyrrell Time. I'm Adam Sandler. I've done literally everything else and now I'm doing this. It's the 2002 season. It's been a while since we've hung out. We have a fairly healthy bank balance, not as healthy as perhaps we would like. More interestingly, though, the season has not gotten off to the flying start we were hoping for. We have a pretty solidly designed chassis, but it hasn't really paid dividends for us so far. Nevertheless, we're in the black, making some profits. We've been revising our 2002 Mugen Honda power units. Still yet to get our elusive first victory. We have some tyre development points that we've got no use for, and we are in complete control of our works agreement with Shell. Let's see where we were in terms of sponsors. So we're talking to HSBC for a one-season deal. Not anything to get particularly excited about, but we'll take it. Fuel negotiations are proceeding apace. We're looking for another one-season works deal simply because Mobile One wouldn't give us a works deal. In tyres, we're closing in as well on a works deal with Bridgestone, which is definitely what we want, and then we need to make sure that we unlock the ability to develop. Engine's already tied up, key title sponsor already tied up, doing a lot of hospitalityizing. Bridgestone, Shell and HSBC currently are guests of honour. Our Red Bull contract is due to expire fairly soon. I think next year we already have to start negotiating with new folk. Let's see where we are in terms of damage and whatnot. Yeah, we've been struggling a little bit with the spare parts because I've been quite aggressive in my testing. Nevertheless, we have an update package in development, and I'm sorry if I'm going too fast, but the FailcastF1 Podcast is going live in less than an hour, and I have 2 episodes of Grand Prix World to record. Oh my god, whatever shall we do? 2003 car also proceeding fairly well. We don't know if it complies with next year's regulations, but you win some, you lose some. No driver aids in development, but we are working very hard on getting some of our reliability demons sorted. The car overall isn't great, not terrible. Certainly some potential for development. What I'm going to do is run a very, 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 very limited testing program for this Grand Prix, mostly to make sure that we get the setup points that we require to have a competitive Grand Prix. I think that will do. Yeah, that's got us what we needed. Costs quite a lot of money. And we want to improve our fuel with more power. Gives me the power. Not super keen on tweaking any of these tyre specs, to be honest with you. We have the points if we get a new spec that maybe we want to revise later, and in terms of the power unit, that's the best we're going to get until Mugen decide to cough up a new unit for us. Historically they haven't been great at that, but hopefully we can negotiate a new contract with them next season that encourages them a little bit more to engage with us and our campaign, because we are stuck with them for the duration of this playthrough. Everything seems to be fairly correctly set up, so I'm going to repair the cars, build some spare parts and whatnot, and then we can hit the track in Spain and see if we can't start getting this season back on track. Obviously we lost Tora Takagi to one of our rivals between seasons, so it's only the 5th round driven in anger for Hiroshi Tanaka, our replacement driver. Carl Eisen taking over testing duties from him. May be worth giving him a shot at a race seat as time goes on. But ideally we want an all Japanese lineup. At the very least, I'll take one of 2. Right. Definitely repair car 2 because we don't want any damage. We're getting the Carno's car sorted. followed by the second race car, and then whatever's left we will use to work on car 3. Hope you've all had an excellent start to your week. I made steak and ale stew, if you can imagine such a thing. I know, ludicrous. We have some... I'll have to build that next round. Crap, I wasn't paying attention, was I? What a tool. Never mind. Yeah, I made a steak and ale stew with homemade dumplings, and the dumplings weren't dry. It's been quite an achievement for me today. I also recorded another episode of Motorsport Manager 1989, which I hope you guys have been enjoying. I know I have, and that will premiere because YouTube lets me do pretentious things like that now. Tomorrow at it'd be 8 a.m. UK time, 9 a.m. my time. Oh, I'm not reading that properly, am I? We can't copy it, so we will complain about it. And we'll go back to spying on Jordan. Lost my train of thought there because I was busy being a fool and ticking away a warning that I needed to read in order to proceed. That's the kind of professionalism I'm sure you've come to expect from me over the recent years. I'm going to try different setups for our guys. Let's try something like that. Everyone's got the latest of everything when we do that, so that's pleasing. Yeah, all good. Right then, let's see what we can achieve. 25 degrees, very dry with a strong wind coming into quali. Come on boys, make me proud. We're running hard compounds on both cars because that seems to be the way our car likes it. For a second there I thought it was loading a pole position notification. How quickly that dream died, very comprehensively. Shinji Nakano puts it P10, which isn't too bad. Teammate Hiroshi Tanaka lining up P14. Could have been worse. Definitely should be better at this point in the game. At the sharp end, David Coulthard leads teammate Damon Hill in a McLaren 1-2. Eddie Irvine's Arrows lines up P3. Ricardo Rossit's Minardi keeping him company. Mika Salo's Arrows in P5, and Alessandro Marini will line up P6 in the second Minardi. Panis leads Takagi in a Jordan 7-8, and Shinji Nakano will be keeping Giancarlo Fisichella company on the 6th row of the grid. Temperature has increased for the race, which doesn't do us any favours. Strong wind, weather remains dry. We will be giving Nakano first dibs on the old pit stops. He'll be pitting lap 32. Make sure we fuel him sufficiently. That would be important. Some would say vital. And then lap 33 will bring in Tanaka. So his tyres should be 1 lap fresher at the end of the Grand Prix. I don't think it's going to make a huge amount of difference. He looks like a robot. He's a scary robot man. Not sure he can drive. Probably, though, can hunt down the parents of future freedom fighters. Double DNF, our season woes continue. It's an engine failure taking out Shinji Nakano, and Tanaka suffers from electronic failure. Not surprising given that our car is pretty unreliable in some respects. Damon Hill, though, overtakes his teammate David Coulthard to take P1. Coulthard coming home second, of course. Ricardo Rossit keeps it third for Minardi. That's a podium for them. Good job indeed. Olivier Panis takes fourth for Jordan, and then Fisichella and Ralf Schumacher in the Williams and Benetton respectively take the last points positions. In the Drivers' Championship, we are tied in P5 with Shinji Nakano. Damon Hill currently leading the way. In the Constructors, we are 1 point behind Minardi now and languishing in 6th position. 2 points behind Williams as well. We really need to get on top of that very, very, very quickly indeed. Fortunately, though, we've managed to make back all the money we lost from testing last round, and maybe we've got some more money waiting for us. So close now to that Bridgestone deal, I can almost smell it. The Shell deal's getting very close as well. No improvement really on the HSBC deal, but hopefully we get somewhere. We can take our chassis upgrade to the wind tunnel once we hire a wind tunnel. Again, I don't want to flaunt my classical education or anything, but it turns out that you need a wind tunnel in order to do wind tunnel type activities. 2003 car not compliant with next year's regulations. Have you ever been kicked really hard in the balls to the point that it sort of, it makes you sick? It sort of knocks you sick a bit. That's exactly what's just happened to us there, because that car was well on its way to being finished, and now they've completely shafted us. What a shower of bastards. We're going to be doing some reliability work on our electronic system. Don't want that to keep taking us out. And we're going to build an improved was it clutch that we did? No, it wasn't. It was gears. Either way, we've improved the reliability of one of the many things that we have amongst the things on our car. Okay. Lots to do, lots to do. Let's make it happen. No new engine, no new tyres. We do have a new fuel with more power, where it's definitely not going to help us. In terms of hospitality, we're going to bump up our spend on hospitality, make sure that we impress the right people. I'm also going to ditch HSBC in favour of Red Bull, and we want to get Mugen Honda in for this event as well. I'm keeping Bridgestone because Shell actually quite like us, whereas Bridgestone do not, so we want to make sure that we're buttering them up all the way. Right, we've run testing, we've been screwed over in the design department. Why don't we build some spare parts and get our cars back on the road, see if we can't obtain some passable result. I mean, just getting a car to the finish at this point would be good, because it's not happening anywhere near enough. Both cars have damage. Quelle surprise. Let's wipe that out. I'm going to do a quick scouting for some staff as well, see if there's anybody up for hire. There is not. In terms of drivers, yeah, Tanaka and Eisen both have another year to run on their contract. Nakano has 2. Nakano should be fairly good round here, to be honest, but it's not happening, is it? There's something bothering me about this car. Something definitely bothering me about this car. Nevertheless, we won't let that hold us back. Off we go again. Okay, I'm going to be more considered with my setup here. I'm going to try something like that. We have new fuels. Let's get those in the car. I'm still going to run hard tyres. I know we're compromising our qualifying for that, but we can just run longer and hopefully make it up. Track position is king. 24 degrees, cloudy. Not really sure if that's going to do us any favours at this point. The car seems to be a bag of bolts. Let's see what, if anything, we can achieve. Medium grip on the circuit. Not good. Shinji Nakano, P11 or 129.99. Hiroshi Tanaka, 2 places down on him. Not a huge gap between them, to be honest. But still, 2 places down, separated by Esteban Tuero and Ralf Schumacher in the Benettons. At the sharp end, it's the same as it was before in terms of the top 3. Hill from Coulthard from Eddie Irvine's Arrows. Toru Takagi, strong performance from him, putting the Jordan on P4. Mika Salo, P5 in the Arrows, and Panis, P6 in the Jordan. Super fun times. 22 degrees and dry going into the race. We definitely don't want to be stopping twice. Definitely not. Tanaka will have quite a long run for a rookie, but I'm going to have faith in him because it's too late to change him now. At least we're still making money. That's the only comfort I'm getting from this season so far, that it looks like we're going to have some good partners next year and money is still coming in at a sufficient rate, even though we lost Takagi. We really do need to have those deals coming in, or else we're going to start going backwards really badly. We already have started, to be honest. A bit of extra grip on the track, not sure that really makes a difference. Oh. A surprise win for Olivier Panis in the Jordan. P1 from David Coulthard's McLaren. P2. Shinji Nakano takes his first I think it's his first career podium in this playthrough, if I recall correctly. Or maybe not his first podium, but certainly his first podium of the season. P3 for him. Teammate Hiroshi Tanaka, strong recovery from him to take P4. It's a big points haul for us, which we desperately needed. Takagi P5 in the Jordan, and Williams take the last points paying position with Mika Hakkinen. That means we recover to P5 with Nakano in the Drivers' Championship, and Tanaka joins the rankings in P10. And we're back up to 4th in the Constructors' Championship, 4 points clear of Williams, 1 point behind the Arrows. Boy, did we ever need that. That could mean serious money for us, if we can not lose the cushion. We have a works deal to sign. It's only worth 1 million, but I'm signing the balls out of that. I'm going to spend my success card on the Shell deal, get that signed so we can get the bonuses working, and hopefully in the next episode we'll run Canada and get the HSBC deal tied up so we can start filling up our car with some other sponsors. Guys, thank you so much for joining me and for your patience while I've been away for the new year. Take care of yourselves. We will talk again very, very, very soon.